Hello everybody, Dr. Dan here. In this short presentation, I'm going to go through some fundamentals of scholarly writing that every student should apply to their manuscripts, and most of these will also apply to discussions. These fundamentals include 1-inch margins, the manuscript title, introduction, section headings, sentence structure using in-text citations, paragraph structure, and paragraph structure using the FEAT model, which is a model I created a while back, a conclusion, and finally a reference list. Now this may sound like a lot of information. However, applying this information is actually fairly simple. It's just a matter of remembering to do it. So I'm going to go through this rather quickly, and I encourage you, if you don't understand some things, to perhaps go back through this video, listen to it again, and definitely apply this to what you're doing, to what you're writing. So first off, 1-inch margins. Whenever you have, this doesn't apply to discussions, but when you have a manuscript, a paper, and essentially, make sure you have 1-inch margins. Manuscript title, make sure you have a title that's somewhat descriptive of what's in that document or that discussion. Always provide an introduction. Let the reader know, whether it's a discussion or a paper or whatever type of manuscript, let the reader basically know what that document's about. Let them know what's included in it. Section headings. Here's something that is really easy to apply, and many students fail to do so. A section heading, what that does for you as the writer, it helps you organize your work. It helps you basically make an outline, and it helps you understand what you're going to have in that section. So that way you can better organize the information as you're writing your document. It also helps the reader follow along, which is very critical, especially for students who want to get a good grade. So it helps the reader, who is in that case many times the professor, follow along. In this example over here, you can see where I've actually taken discussion questions and created section headings for you as some examples. Next, sentence structure using in-text citations. There are various ways to cite. Many students are used to citing at the end of a sentence in parentheses. However, I require my students to do it in text. In other words, as you can see here, using the author's names in the sentence at the beginning and then describing what's in the sentence using descriptive words like discovered, as you see here. Another example here, Kohinka and Slivka revealed, or another example here, Kohinka created. There are a slew of reasons why you want to cite this way, and that's why I require my students to do it. It's a fundamental that I consider the best way of citing, and once you master this fundamental, then perhaps you can learn other methods, but for the time being, we focus on this method, which once you learn it, you'll find that you will, most importantly, avoid plagiarism and ultimately improve the quality of your work. Paragraph structure. I created this FEAT model a while back. FEAT stands for F for focus, and then evidence, explanation or example, and transition. If you apply these consistently, not so much to the introduction or conclusion, but if you apply these to the body of your manuscript, whether it's the body of the discussions or a paper that you happen to write, you will find, again, the quality of each paragraph will dramatically improve. If you fail to provide any of these components, then you're going to leave something out. So as an example, F for focus, what that means is providing a focus sentence, a topic sentence at the beginning. If you leave it out, the reader doesn't know, and you don't know necessarily what that paragraph should be focused on. Then you provide some evidence. Cite some sources, provide some evidence that addresses that topic, and then once you're done with that, provide some explanation, examples to help you understand the concept as well as help the reader. And then finally, provide a transition. If you don't have a transition sentence at the end of the paragraph, then what ends up happening is your paragraphs are somewhat choppy. You don't have a nice flow from one paragraph to the next. Finally, always provide a conclusion, sort of sum up what the manuscript, the paper, the discussion was about, maybe provide a few key points to leave the reader with something to think about. And then always have a reference list that lists anything that you cited in text in the document, provide in your reference list, and if you have something in the reference list, make sure it was cited within the document. So there are some fundamentals. If you can't remember all these, go through them again, watch this video again, make notes, and then use those notes as a checklist. And if you do that for every single scholarly piece of literature that you write, every paper, discussion, you will find that you will probably dramatically improve the quality of your work and consistently have a high level of scholarly work that you write. Thank you very much. This is Dr. Dan, and I wish you a great day.